Well, joining me now for more discussion of this development via Skype from Kent is Gbenga Onifade, a public affairs analyst. Thank you very much for joining us at this point. Give us your thoughts on this.
Well, excuse me. So if this has actually been breeding for a while now, and if you think about it, most of us get our news from online. So let's just go to the basics of what's been going on. So Australia are pushing for this law because the government has argued that giants, corporation giants or tech giants, they should be paying more fares, kind of pay a fair amount for the journalism to the news agencies. Because now, if you look at it, news has actually moved from the media houses, from yourselves, and it's actually been moving online. I think bulk of the people get the news from social media, and the government is trying to create what we call a fair balance between the news guys, the news agencies, and the new tech-dominated guys now, because the money is actually going there. For example, if you look at it, from every 100 Australian dollars which has been spent, 53 goes to Google, and Facebook is actually taking another equal giant. And also, if you look at the biggest giants media houses is in the world is owned by the Murdoch family. So there's a little bit of should we say politics, and of course trying to create a balance and protectionism involved in this case. So that's what's been happening. They're trying to protect what's at home, trying to protect an industry because things are moving. There's a cycle that's been going on, and there's a little underground breeding war.
So in trying to protect what's yours and what's at home, isn't there a place for dialogue between Facebook or between the tech giants and the government of Australia? Because Facebook in its argument says the relationship they have with news readers, with publishers, it's a symbiotic relationship. They post, Facebook promotes, and all of that. Place for balance.
Absolutely, you're right. Again, Facebook said this would allow publishers to choose to post their contents on Facebook and allow them to sell more subscriptions as a result of that. They grow their audience, and then also they can increase advertising revenue. So yes, you could say it's symbiotic, but at the same time, most of the people wake up now, and there's actually data to support the statistics. The first thing they go is rather to the social media. So the social media is the point of call instead of you going to your normal media houses first and foremost. But that social media kind of feeds the whole lot, and Australia is trying to prevent that. They're trying to prevent, because at some point we don't know what Facebook has got in plan or in line, but ultimately people think, if I'm going to have to go to other media houses, why do I have to need to go there? I can't still communicate with my mom. But if I'm on social media, I get everything in one place. So even though it's symbiotic, but you could actually see that it's actually tilting. This whole balance is tilting towards the tech houses. And it's actually in their favor. So the government, the watchdog, they want to step in. You know what? Let's just create this artificial balance, and let's just make sure things are fair. We create a level playing field. Unfortunately, with the way the world is going, you can only try, but you cannot stop a moving train, if you can say that, no matter how you try. This is not just, restricted to Australia. It's happening in Nigeria. It's happening the world over. Things are switching. For example, in certain countries, for example, in the UK, you have to pay what we call the television license, which thereby goes to protect the mega corporations, for example, the BBC. But most people are choosing now to just get their things online. So now they're trying to say, do you know what? Let's just try and turn it to a digital tax instead of the television license. And that's the same thing Australia is doing. Like I said again, even though the train will move, but you can only do so much in terms of you trying to stop it. So yes, it might be symbiotic, but at the same time, the options are actually weighed more towards tech giants, unfortunately.
Yeah, but a lot of people have said that Facebook's action of blocking Australians amounts to bullying.
It does. Well, you've got to be able to look at what the government is doing as well. There's a lot of things we get on the social media, and it's very difficult to vet where these things are coming from. The government are trying to, a little bit to an extent, trying to control misinformation. I think we all know that, most media houses, especially, it happens the world over again, you could actually see sometimes there's a little bit of a spin. There's a way you could report a news and it feels like you're supporting a certain party or a certain political party. So yes, Australia is trying to protect their own. It seems a bit tantamount to bullying, because you're not going to control where I want to get my news from. But like I said, again, this is the way the world is going. It's only going to take a certain time, and that's when the government's just going to realize there's only so much we can do, and you can't do it. I mean, apparently though, even European countries, they are trying to support Australia in this case, saying, you know what, we think this is the right way to go. So many countries are doing that. However, the law still rests with the people, and it's a democratic state, right? At some point, the people are going to move, and there's nothing you can do about it.
All right, our public affairs analyst, Gbenga Onifade, thank you very much for talking to us on this development.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.